All right, how's it going, everybody? Ecom Tom back with another video for you all. And as this video title suggests, I tried Walmart dropshipping, wholesale dropshipping on Walmart for about a month, and here are my results. In this video, I'm going to be going over everything about how I set it up, what I was doing on Walmart in order to make sure that you know exactly how I went about it. I wasn't doing Amazon onto Walmart, but we'll go more in depth onto that. And basically the results, the profits, the pros, the definite cons about Walmart Marketplace, and everything in between. As you know, there's a lot of people talking about it recently. Walmart's definitely opened up a bit more, especially in the United States for sellers, and a lot more people are dropshipping on it. So I wanted to give my 2 cents of about a month's worth of results dropshipping on Walmart and what I plan to do with it in the future. So be sure to smash that like button. Be sure to subscribe to this channel for every time I drop a video like this, and hit the bell notification to be notified when I do so. So let's go into my computer and I'll show you the results. All right, so here I am inside of my computer, and I put together a little bit of a demonstration and a bit of a PowerPoint to go over what I accomplished in a little bit over a month of dropshipping on Walmart. So first off, I use FLXPoint because I already have FLXPoint going for Amazon, for eBay, and you can just add another channel onto it and use Walmart.com, which is right here. It is an expensive software, but you can use inventory source for wholesale. You can also use, if you're gonna go retail, which I didn't do, I don't suggest doing, but people are doing it. They're also getting banned doing it. You could use SKU Grid. Although I love SKU Grid, you run the risk of getting your account banned. At least people doing Amazon onto Walmart. So that's pretty much what I did. And why is some of the reasons why I did it is mainly because of just bulk uploading. You can bulk upload. Once you create a Walmart account, one of the benefits of it is you don't have to pay anything. Like Amazon's $40 a month, but then you can upload anything, which I think is perfectly reasonable. eBay is some amount of money per month based on your plan, and then you still don't have unlimited listings, which is unreasonable. I think is stupid. Walmart is no money per month, no dollars, no anything, costs $0, and you can upload as many items as you want. So I do think, all right, that's a pro. That's one pro, a big pro going for Walmart. So we'll talk about that. I did only wholesale dropshipping. Let's go inside of my account. So here we are inside of my account, and basically, I listed up, as you can tell, there's like 4,000, like 5,000 items. This is one issue I have with Walmart. First off, is these items were unpublished like the other day, and now they're back up, published and active. I have no idea how it happened. I literally have no clue. It could be an issue with the software, but I lean with any possible issue as always has to do with Walmart, because this is what I've noticed over the month or so of selling on Walmart. There is nonstop issues with this platform. Like Amazon has a pretty decent internal system, although it might not look flashy, it at least gets the job done. Same thing with eBay. Walmart's doesn't look flashy and it doesn't get the job done. There's so many issues with it, it's not even funny. Changes sometimes happen, sometimes don't, sometimes do happen. It makes zero sense. I'm sure if you spend enough time on it, you'll maybe eventually figure it out, but I spent a good couple hard weeks trying to figure out just the way that FLXPoint and Walmart work together. And it was still like up in the air for the majority of things, mainly on the Walmart side being an issue. So that comes to an issue with your repricing tools. I use Informed as a repricer. So basically FLXPoint was sending the stock information and listing the initial items onto Walmart, and then Informed was doing the repricing. It's the same thing as how you would use Informed for Amazon dropshipping. It takes like 2 days for Walmart to send information and finally connect over to Informed. I was yelling at Informed, and Informed is saying, no, it's all Walmart's fault. So Walmart gets like a 0 out of 10, I would say, for the amount of the way that you can connect into it and do things and actually get them done. So in this time, I managed to sell, I think it was about 90 orders. It's 89 orders. And again, I wasn't really going for the moon. I took some of the items down, or all the items down, at one point in time in between this month and a half period, and I listed them back up. There are sales happening on Walmart, don't get me wrong. And once you get everything all set up, yes, it does go smoothly, but there are still a good amount of issues with it. So I'm gonna go into Monday.com, which is what I use just to track orders here. These are the orders, dates, SKUs, everything like that. Some of it's blurred out, but here's the profits. One thing about Walmart is they don't take any fees for like the first 30 days. Although like the first 3 orders I had, they took fees, and then the rest they didn't take fees, and then they stopped taking them eventually after the 30 days of when they decided to start to stop taking fees? I have no idea. Again, it makes no sense. Some here that have good profits, like 10 bucks, 15 on a $30 order. Yes. And I was also using CWR, which is just me trying to get items up quickly and just bulk upload. It was decently competitive, and the profit ended up being on those sales, 200, I believe, $226. This is before cash back. And the sales are about $1,100. Nothing fancy. Again, I wasn't really trying to push that many sales, but again, nothing really did, like, it didn't blow me away here. Canceled. I ended up having to cancel about this many items because connection issues between the software and just Walmart. It could have been something that was on my side, but again, I consider myself fairly well versed in software and fairly well versed in trying to get this stuff to work, and Walmart doesn't help you out any step of the way. And there are some other issues here, but these are just orders with issues that, you know, had to do with shipping issues, which negative 30 something cents. So it was around $220 something profit with cash back, maybe like an extra couple $10 or whatever. I have no idea. It didn't really get me going, I'm gonna tell you that right now. Walmart has a long way to go. There's some pros and cons, and I did put together a little bit of a spreadsheet or a little bit of a PowerPoint to talk about after this. But right now, my first initial impression of it is, yes, you can make sales. Yes, there are people making a ton of sales. But is it really something that's sustainable? I saw Walmart has been banning people that are drop shipping Amazon onto Walmart. So that, in my mind, takes out all retail drop shipping. So then you want to go into wholesale drop shipping. And yes, I did pick probably the most saturated supplier you could. But again, it wasn't the saturation aspect. It was the getting the items listed, the making sure things are connected. Yes, FLXPoint is a very confusing software, but mark together, unless there's somebody that can tell me in the comments a software that they're using that somehow just worked magic on Walmart.com, then I'm going to go with the fact that Walmart doesn't help anything. It's not helping its case. I'm going to tell you that right now. It did not impress me whatsoever. So now I'm going to go into the PowerPoint I made, and we're going to talk about a little bit about, you know, just the pros and cons. All right, so here I am. I put together the pros and cons list. So number one is that there's not very many sellers. That's a pro. If I didn't pick probably the most saturated wholesale dropshipping supplier out there to start with and to test it out with, I probably would have made more sales, let's be honest. But I wanted to go with easy, quick, try to make sales. You know, when you put up 5,000 items and I put it at a fairly low profit percentage, you know, you would think that you'd make more sales, but there are people undercutting the whole time. I don't think that the sales are the biggest issue on Walmart. I do think that there's people buying on there, and I think you can make very good sales. I've seen proof of it. I don't think the sales are the issue. What the issue is going to be, one, the con of the terrible interface. Just, it doesn't work half the time. It doesn't work. I don't know how else to describe it other than the fact that you're lost about 90% of the time. And I spent, like I said, hours and hours a day for like multiple weeks trying to figure this out. And eventually it just wears down on you. It's hard to navigate. Just things change, things update. It'll tell you that it's published, but it's retired. And retired is basically, and you can't delete items. You can never delete an item. Like on eBay, you can delete the item. Amazon, you can delete the item. If Walmart, you can never delete an item. You can only retire it. It makes zero sense. One thing I didn't put here is that they do have customer support, and the customer support does answer fairly quickly, and I would say that they're better than Amazon, and I'm sure you can call them too. They're pretty decent. I'm not going to knock on the customer support, although again, it's nothing that blew me away. You can bulk list. That's a pro. It kind of allows for that. It allows you to list as many items as you want. But again, that does come with some issues, as in, are they connected? If you have a bunch of items up, are those items even connected properly? It's very hard to tell, and Walmart doesn't do itself any justice being able to help you out, being able to export items and get the information that you want, being able to change. One thing I don't think I put here is the handling time. I forget what they call it. It's the lag time. The lag time, you can only technically have a 1 day lag time, but I know for a fact I listed all these items with 1 day lag times, which is a 1 day handling time, but CWR does get items out quick enough so you can do it. And I know for a fact that I have them all at 1 day, and I even unlisted them and relisted them back to 1 day, and I was still selling items, and it's like you need to ship it out same day, which it still worked, but again, it's these issues that you can't even tell, like it makes zero sense. And then there's piggybacking issues. I did have this with a couple items where, you know, you're going to connect with some form of an identification number, And for all of my items, I had UPCs, and you connect it through the UPC. It's great. You don't have to build the listing. You don't have to do anything. You're just piggybacking on it. But it runs into issues when the person that created the listing initially created it incorrectly or put the wrong title compared to the wrong UPC, which I had for a couple orders, where then at that point in time, they asked for returns. There was issues there as well. So the item just, it was advertised incorrectly. Yes, you could go through and check every single one, which if you wanted to do the right thing, you would. But if you're trying to get a lot of items up at once and really go kind of a quick way, you're going to miss some, especially if you do 5,000 like I did, and it leads to some issues. It's hard to edit items. It's hard to change the lag time, like I said. It's hard to really figure out what the hell's going on Walmart at any point in time. Slow reporting times, connecting to Informed. If you bulk upload a new batch of items, expect it to not show up in your Informed for like 2.5 days, at which point in time you probably think something's broken, and at which point in time you probably try to make some other fix, which then screws other things up if you're as impatient as I am, and then that leads to more issues. There's very slow reporting time, and it's something that needs to be improved upon. But lastly, it's a newer platform. It's a pro and a con. Con is all these issues that I just listed. And I'm not trying to bag on Walmart 100%. I know there's people killing it, and I really do think it would be a good platform if you want to have your own wholesale suppliers that maybe have less bulk. Maybe you want to list your own listings and create your own listings at that point, and then try to scale up like the way that some people do on Amazon. I think that's a perfectly viable way to do it. You're cutting out any issues with piggybacking, the item not being correct, things like that. You probably have less items. You probably don't have to worry about stock as much. Then it's probably a better platform. But that's not the way that I did it, and that's not the way a lot of people are doing it. So I wanted to go with the more traditional route of what I would have done and what a lot of people are doing. It does leave, it leaves some room to be impressed, I'll tell you that. And it being a newer platform, the pro is the fact that you can learn this or just smack your head against the wall for a couple of weeks and attempt to learn it, and you're going to be further ahead than anybody else that didn't do that. Because if they're newbies trying to get started, like on Facebook Marketplace, you get started as a newbie, make a sale the same day. Walmart, you probably could too, but you're gonna have no idea where things are. You're gonna be so confused, and it's gonna lead to some issues. So not to completely just destroy Walmart or say that it's a terrible platform. I think there's a time and a place for it. I don't think it's 100% ready yet, and I'm not going to really start pushing on it too much in the future. And anybody that is, I'd be a little bit skeptical about. Although there are people that I'm sure have great systems. It's just that there's so many issues with it. And they refund people right away without very many questions asked. And you also, when there's returns, they have to go back to only one address. So you need to either have them go back to your house or some warehouse that's dealing with it, and then kind of going that way back to your supplier from there. You can't give them the return label, which is making me think that the Walmart really only wants you to have 1 day handling, 2 day handling. You have to ask for a 2 day handling time. It's really making me think that the WFS, the Walmart Fulfillment Service, kind of like Amazon FBA, might be a better route to take and probably has a more viable future than drop shipping on Walmart. Although there's people doing it, there's people I'm sure making a lot of money doing it. It's you're burning the candle at both ends on it, and you're probably not doing it as legitimately, and you risk account suspensions, other issues, and just constant headaches. So that's my month-and-a-half drop shipping on Walmart. I made money. Would I say it was worth it? No. Am I gonna not do it in the future? No, I probably will still do it in the future. I just think that there needs to be a change in plan and just a different way about going about it. So hopefully this video is helpful, eye-opening as to people that were trying to get into Walmart. If you have any questions, ask them down below. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more videos like this in the future, and also hit the bell notification to be notified every time I drop one like this. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have anything that you think I'm wrong, leave it down in the comments. We'll debate about it. We'll argue, whatever you want to call it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.